Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome to another Clash with Rebel episode. That is right, the Rebel is back to Clash of Clans, and today we're going to be checking out a great strategy that you can use. With Town 12 right around the corner that will be coming up in this month, I decided it would be a great time to share some cool strategies that you can use during Clan War. So, let's head right into this attack. And I'm going to right now talk about the composition of this actual army. So you've got 4 wall breakers, 6 wizards, 6 healers, 3 witches, and 18 bowlers. Now the 3 witches and 18 bowlers are pretty much the best proportion that we have come to find, because we have tested out a lot of different bowler attack strategies, and this seemed to be like the best working one. And you may think that those 3 witches don't play a big impact, but trust me, you're wrong. They have a huge impact, okay? And in the clan castle, we're going to be bringing around 7 giants, whatever your clan castle can hold. So for the spell composition, you've got 4 rage spells and 2 jump spells. The jump spells will help your troops proceed inside the base, and the rage spells are there just to accelerate your troops and give them more power. So let's head right into the attack. And as you can see, we've got a base layout that is kind of an anti-3-star layout, since it does have the town hall at the edge of the base, and it is designed not to be very compact as like an anti-2-star, but instead an anti-3-star. So this is how I'm going to approach the base, coming from the right side. And generally you want to have 4 bowlers here, and 2 healers on each side. And what that's going to do is help create the funnel over here. And with this funnel, you'll be able to later position your troops in the center with those giants. They'll start distracting these defenses, and what they're going to do is allow for the rest of the troops and bowlers and witches and healers and the heroes as well to path inside of the base. So here you've got the giants that just got deployed. They're going to take out this mortar, and the Grand Warden has just been deployed. So the Inferno Tower is already locking onto the bowlers, but it's not a big deal since there's so many of them. As you can see, I spammed in all of my heroes in, and all of the troops are down at this point. It's just a huge fury of troops, and they were all sent in at once. And as you can see, the clan castle has come out. I've placed down a poison spell, another rage spell. It's really important in this strategy that you have continuous placement of your jump spells and your rage spells, because if you have continuous placement of that, the troops will keep going. They'll be on a huge basically journey to destroy all the defenses with non-stop. They'll have like an adrenaline rush basically. So most of the troops have diverged to the bottom. Sadly, my queen actually does go here. She's going to die. But as you can see, I've got a ton of healers here. I believe that's around 3 or 4. And a bunch of bowlers down here at the bottom. There's still a significant part of the base left here, around 35%. But as you can see, the troops hopefully will be able to take it out. The Inferno Tower is slowly eating away at my giants. But I know that since I have so many bowlers, and plus I still have my Warden ability, which could have been used a little bit earlier, but I decided to save it here since so many of my troops actually are surviving till the end. So as you can see, healers are still healing, heroes have gone a little bit to the side, but this is what the clutch was at. The Inferno Tower takes out the giant and locks onto this bowler, but he, at a clutch, look how much health he had left. He clutched it out and was able to take out the Inferno, and that was crucial. I think I still would have had enough power to be able to take out the rest of the base just because of the amount of bowlers I have here, but that was a crucial part of this attack, since he does have like a bunch of Teslas here, and giant bombs as I speak. They're gonna get deployed right there. But as you can see, a ton of bowlers left, Warden's still alive, King is still alive with his ability, and it just ended up being a very nice, clean attack. So the next attack I'm gonna show you is using the same composition of troops. It's very similar. I believe the only difference is that there's there's actually no difference in this one. So instead, he's gonna come here from the bottom right. So I must acknowledge that when you're choosing to where to come from, which side to come from, it's a very important part of your attack. Whether you want to come from the bottom left, the top top right, or the bottom right, it's very important where you come from, because it could really determine your entire attack. So how we decided to take this approach was go just wherever the queen was, because if you're able to take out the queen at the beginning, then you're gonna have a much easier time later on, because the troops aren't going to have as much problems with AI in terms of locking onto the queen, and she's not going to be dealing much damage to your troops. As you can see, I just placed down all of my troops here in the center. I created that funnel that I recently talked about, and the jump spell right there, for them to be able to go into the Inferno and just eat it up. So my queen did take some damage, but the healers are going to heal her back up, and these troops are struggling a little bit to take out the enemy queen, but she will go down. And the clan castle troops just came out from the enemy, and it seems like the giants and the king went up top, and the bowlers and the healers with the warden went to the bottom, which is perfectly fine, because the heroes here will be able to take out the town hall with the giants as aid, while the bowlers here at the bottom will just be eating away at the sides of the base and taking out the defenses. So I popped the warden ability there. Probably not the most effective way to use the ability, but they were in a pretty good position there to be able to use it. The witches here, as you can see, are just, producing a mass amount of skeletons, and bowlers are here that are dealing damage. The heroes are still alive, which is great, because they've been tearing through the middle portion of the base while the bowlers have been at the bottom. So the queen here is level 40 queen. She's going to have no problem taking out these defenses. She still has her ability left. So these are the troops that are left remaining, and these are all the defenses left. So it's not quite an easy journey, but with the ability left and a rage spell, it should be very possible to take out the base. As you can see, pop the ability right there. She's going to be able to take out the wizard tower, this cannon, and now she's going to go to this expo and take it out. So the witches are still producing. Yep, there's the witch, and the bowlers are still alive. So this attack did actually come down to be pretty close, but as you can see, the healer locked on to the queen, and this is basically going to help out with the rest, because while she may not have been necessary, the queen definitely does help a lot when it comes to taking out the defenses. As you can see, she's just going to hang in there quite barely, and the troops are going to have no problem taking out the rest of these defenses, especially with that warden. As you can see, there were some spring traps, but with this witch, I'm telling you guys, just 3 witches, but they make such an impact because they keep producing skeletons for the entirety of the attack. Alright, let's go to the next one. Let me actually just check this out and make sure this is the right replay. Sure, we can watch this one. This is another instance. In this case, there's level 2 witches, but everything else from what I see is about the same. And this is a slightly different base. This is a Town Hall 11 that is still engineered. There's no Infernos or Eagle, but this is still a very common type of base that you still see in Clan War today. And it's very important that you'll be able to 3-star these type of bases. As you can see, created those funnels, and it's basically a very straightforward technique. It's very similar to the attacks that I previously showed, the last 2, because you basically create the funnel and send everything in a huge rush towards the center of the base, and have continuous placement of spells during the attack. That's really the key factor when it comes to this. The troops need to be under rage all of the time, and they always need to be able to take a jump spell for the future. But as you can see here, the troops are having no problem. The warden ability is still not even activated, so that's fine. The troops are jumping over, taking advantage of this jump spell, which ended up being very useful. And this was a good time to activate the ability, because this wizard tower that was here was dealing a bit of damage to the skeletons of the witches. But as you can see, there's a little bit of troops left up here, and the queen here, she's going to hit a giant bomb, but she's probably not going to have a big problem taking out the rest of these. And these are basically all the troops that are left remaining. So at this point, you've got a king, warden, and a couple of witches and 1 bowler still there. And you've still got a decent chunk of the base left to go. And this attack was actually pretty close on time, if I recall correctly. And as you can see, the warden goes down, so it's not really looking that good at this point. And there's 3 healers still left that are hanging on to this king, and these wizards from behind are taking out these defenses. So it looks like they're not going to have a huge problem here. The king ability, though, is long gone, so that's not an option anymore. But as you can see, the healers are not really having a problem healing up these troops, especially the Barbarian King. So they're just progressing down to the bottom of this base. It was very close on time. And as you can see, that black bomb just went down. So the king is basically here at the bottom, and I'm pretty sure that Gathflix actually forgot about that rage spell that is still left there, because I remember he told me afterwards that he didn't know there was a rage spell, and it would have been a lot less closer. And he told me this skeleton spell, this skeleton actually, you see right there, actually saved the entire attack, because it was so close on time that if that skeleton did not go over there, these troops would not be able to make it. And just to confirm, let's go back into the attack and see exactly how long the replay was. So yeah, 2 minutes 56. So that means he had about 4 seconds remaining by the time the attack was done. Alright guys, that pretty much sums it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still here, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe below. If you have any questions, or if you want to have any suggestions for future Town Hall levels or attack strategies that you guys want to see, please leave it down in the comments below. I will greatly take those into consideration. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.